Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's blog. This week I'm asking the question, why would someone read your book? Now, one of the most common doubts that I hear from aspiring non-fiction authors is, why would someone want to read what I have to say? Even if they don't start their writing journey with that thought in mind, it will come at some point, because there's this very uncomfortable space between aspiring and published where an author feels completely exposed and vulnerable and self-conscious about how their book might be received by the world. It's almost rite of passage. I mean, it really is putting yourself out there in a big way when you share your thoughts and your experiences, both personal and professional, in a way that leaves you open to scrutiny and to the opinions of virtually anyone and everyone. Oh my God, it can be very scary. Inevitably, though, there is the realization of an even bigger fear that maybe, just maybe, no one will actually read your book. And what if that happens? I read this post recently in a self-publishing forum, and I really felt the author's pain. He was a fiction author, which is a different beast to a non-fiction author, but his experience is common. He wrote, "I can now officially retire. After 3 years of bloody hard work, teaching myself to be a writer and self-publishing my first 2 books, I have joined the ranks of the super rich. I have earned $38 in royalties. Thanks to those of you who made it all possible." The average author in Australia earns less than $10,000 per year from their writing, and I know writers who would love to earn that much. Based on that fact, I think that what actually shows up as a fear, who would want to read my book, is actually a valid question, and one we have to ask ourselves as authors, and preferably before we start writing our book. But it's never too late to ask the question seriously, because even if we've already written our book, it will direct our marketing efforts so that we can reach the audience who actually do want to read our book. There are people who want what you know, trust me. And if you publish to a print-on-demand platform, as we teach in the Authorpreneurs Bootcamp, then you can tweak the contents of your book that's already been written and upload a new file and actually market it as a new edition that will meet your target audience's needs. So tell me, who really wants to know what you know, and why would they read your book, as opposed to someone else's? If you can answer this, then you can make money from your writing. So here are 4 things I want to share with you as a big picture view that you can do to start making money from your writing today. First thing is to think of your book as a stepping stone to a bigger product or service, something like coaching. Then make a list of what you know and prioritize it in order of what you are most passionate about. Third thing is to make a list of the groups of people you want to help and start listing their pain and their challenges in order of the most to least painful, and ask them just to be sure that you're on track. Fourth thing is to put your list side by side. So the list of what you know and the list of who you want to help and what their pain is. Then you will know how to present your knowledge so that your target audience will actually jump at the chance to read your book. And the fifth thing is to put your book in front of your audience and do what you need to do to go outside of your current circles. So that might be advertising, whatever it is that you choose to do. You want to go outside of those groups. When you market your book, go to where your audience is actually hanging out. Highlight the pain points that you're addressing in your book and tell your audience what they're going to get from reading it. You're going to have to say this over and over again. And if you can go to where your audience is hanging out en masse, even better. So that would be people's blogs or their podcasts or expos or anywhere where your audience is gathering. I want to finish this week's blog with what was written to the gentleman who I quoted earlier. It was a response, and they wrote, "I understand what you are all feeling. The only royalties I received, and I am so grateful, were from my friends and relatives. I gave someone money to market my book. They told me they would advertise everywhere, including 100 magazines. I kept track of how many I sold to friends, neighbors, relatives. And when it was time to get my royalties, guess what? Most of it was from my people and just a few strangers. At least the reviews were great, the ones I received. Now I'm going to do a book signing. Maybe I will sell there. Just keep trying. Now, I love the positive note at the end to just keep trying. And that's a great tip. But try getting clearer on your message and on your target audience's pain so that you can reach more of them and have an even bigger impact. I encourage you to download our free ebook, The 7 Things an Author Must Know About Writing and Publishing a Book Before They Take the Plunge. It will help you get clarity around your audience and your message before you start writing, but it will also help you to tweak those things if you have already written and published your book. And if you would like help to write and publish your book and would like to join our author community, check out the Authorpreneurs Bootcamp at disruptivepublishing.com.au/join the club. We would love to have you join us. That's it for this week. I will see you next week in our next blog. Bye for now.